How we doing, gamers? Welcome back to some more Super Mario 3D World, where we do indeed still are maintaining all three dimensions or whatever. We made it to the bonus world last time. We beat Bowser and everything in the episode before that, so here we are. We're in space, somehow not dead, but you know, screw logic. Yeah, so we've got a whole bunch of these crazy bonus levels right here. They're pretty hard. And it looks like we got four more of them left before we move on to the next bonus world, which I believe is World Toad, I believe. This is World Star. They just said screw numbers, as I've said before. No more numbers beyond this point. But anyways, I was playing multiplayer the other day with one of the few friends I have. We made a very interesting discovery. We made a discovery regarding the location of one of the stars in Rainbow Run here. It's actually up a wall and you need a cat power-up to get it, so unfortunately, we're a tad bit small right now, and yeah, we can't exactly climb, unless, of course, we use that little thing right there in our little inventory slot. I am going to absolutely use it. This is Cat Rosalina right here, or it was Cat Rosalina, because, you know, I love getting hit. Hopefully this has the power-up we need. Okay, good, it does. Anyways, Cat Rosalina here. We're gonna climb this wall right here, and I reckon somewhere on this wall, I think I saw it, like, way over to the right there. There's a little slot in the wall, and that just so happens to be where the star is. Probably the first one, judging by its position. But yeah, it's just a tad bit out of view. We were very distracted by the platforming right here. This is actually like some of the hardest platforming in this game. Might actually be another wall now that I think of it. I could have sworn though I saw it. It was right over here. Alright, I see it. It is this wall right here, 99% sure. There it is, and you can just barely make it from this block right here, these two blocks. So if we just go up here, we've got ourselves a pipe, we got ourselves 20 seconds of time right there. And in here, we have one of these types of rooms right here. You gotta move the ball around, you gotta guide it pretty much by jumping. So we're gonna hit the first P switch right here. And then we're gonna guide it right on down there, pretty good. Now, the second one, because we need both to get the star. And I don't want to have to restart this, so let's just hope all goes according to plan here. We're gonna want that in that direction, I believe. And then when it gets to be like right down there, we do a little something like that, and there we go. First star has been obtained. Anyways, I'm not really sure where the second star is gonna be at, so yeah, we'll just go right on through this teleporter. If we come across it, it could be on the second wall, actually. That's gonna be right after this Plessy segment right here. Yeah, it's behind the door right here, so you need the fire flower, so there's no way you can do this in one run unless you have the fire flower in your inventory slot right there, I guess. So I guess it's time to just make sure we don't die on our way to the end right here. I've been getting kind of good at this game, actually, from recording it so much and playing these really hard levels and whatnot. I almost just jinxed that right there. Twice. 3 times. No, not 3 times. Yeah, I just killed myself right there. That's great. Yeah, right on camera. Right as I said, I'm getting very good at this game. That's fantastic. And when I say the star is right behind this door, that's all theoretically. It's all in theory. I don't know what's behind this door. We've never gone behind that door. Ever. So who knows? I could be totally wrong with that and everything. But I'm pretty sure. Like, where else could it be? Because there's no way they'd reuse the wall like they did with the first one. And then after that, there really isn't a whole lot of space and everything, so, like, it's gotta be there, right? And a couple lives later, we finally reached it in our speed run to the end of this level, you know? Very nice. I love losing lives unnecessarily and everything. It's amazing losing lives. Anyways, up next we have Super Block Land right here. That could entail a lot of different things. Could it really be, like, super easy or super hard? I really don't know what to expect from this. But technically every level is, like, Super Block Land because, technically, they're all made out of blocks and whatnot. Also, how the heck did I not get hit right there? That was extremely close. Like, I was an inch away from that explosion. But anyways, interesting. We got some secrets right here. We got some huge blocks right here. Huge destructible blocks. So I reckon the Mega Mushroom. If we can't break it like the way we are right now, I reckon the Mega Mushroom might be in this level. Or not. But yeah, if I had to guess, there's probably a secret below those blocks right there. Maybe some of these ones too that we're running on. I don't know why the game lets you do that. Oh, wait. That's why the game lets you do that. Hold on, I'll give me a second here. Alright, hopefully there's no, like, open void beneath this. There is indeed open void beneath this. Alright, ignoring what just happened, we're just gonna continue on like nothing happened. You can break the blocks with the bombs right here. Yeah, I'm thinking a lot of the secrets in this level are hidden behind the blocks right here, all the destructible ones. So we're gonna try and break as many of them as we can. Oh my goodness, it's a star. It's gonna hopefully become a star if we play our cards correctly. Need you guys to boost me up though first. Yes, do that, I like that. Alright, here we are, and it looks like we gotta build ourselves a staircase right here. I don't know what's gonna be in that box right there above us, but it doesn't matter because we have the star and everything. I guess we're gonna have to return to that at some point. Here's the checkpoint. I'm gonna need that. Now we got a whole bunch of blocks right here. I reckon if we just bust open the hatch right here, you know, we break that open. We got a trampoline in there, I guess. We got one of these. It jumps us really high. No secret, unfortunately. Now, what do I see over there? That over there is a gray block of bricks. So I reckon we can break that. Oh my goodness, and it's the second star. Who knows? This might be the first bonus level where we actually get all the stars in one go. That would be fantastic, actually. And over here, we've got a spawner right there, just happened to be below a block and everything. I'm gonna try to collect as many of the key coins as we can, and I reckon right up here should be the last one. There we go. But what's that beyond the teleporter right there? I reckon that also might be a secret. Going on right on over here, we got a wall jumping section, and there it is, the final star. Holy frick, dude, this is the first bonus level. We've gotten all 3 of the stars. Imagine if we find the stamp, that would be absolutely insane. Total craziness right there, but this is probably going to take us to the flagpole, and it sure is, so no stamp for us, unfortunately. But I will absolutely take all 3 of the stars, because those are the things that are actually required. Now, up next we have a hexagon level, I guess. Honeycomb Starway. I guess we'll see what this entails. I kind of faintly remember this level from a while back, but these bonus levels, I have not played them in a very, very long time. And it's an auto-scroller. That's probably why I remember it. We got a boomerang flower in here. That's nice. We'll absolutely take that. Literally one of, if not the best power-ups in the whole game. But can we keep it to the end? And that's star number 1 obtained right there. And in this level we have lava and ice. And that's probably going to complicate things given the auto-scroller status of this level. Ooh, a double cherry. And all the spikes and stuff we have going around and everything, all that. Double cherry might be required for a star in this one, unfortunately. So, I don't know, I wouldn't count on me keeping this till the end because it's like one of the hardest power-ups to keep because there's 2 of you that can get hit and everything. But I'm still gonna take my best shot at it, I guess. And now up here we have nothing. Oh, never mind, there is something there. The level's building itself. We've gotten to the edge of the world, I guess. We got this dude. Get out of here. Trying to mess up my run like that. No signs of any stars. We probably missed the second star if I'm being realistic here. And unfortunately we have lost our second Rosalina right there. Huge oof, but at least we have one. The second one, that one was like a hair away from touching the lava, so yeah, oh my goodness, this is a lot up here. It's really starting to get intense, and there it is, that's our 3rd star. Exactly as predicted if you ask me. And out there, we have the stamp that we just got. That is truly a rare sight in these bonus levels, that's for sure. But anyways, where is this going to take us? Is the end of the level coming up soon? I really hope it is. Because, yes, I think, maybe. Oh my goodness, yes. Now, hexagons, please. I don't really see how this is honeycomb, but aside from the hexagons, like, and the bees, I guess. But other than that, not a bad level. I'm probably saying that because I didn't die a million times. And it looks like right here we've got what I want to say is a jungle level, I think. Maybe, I guess we'll find out. Gargantuan Grotto, so this is probably going to be like a jungle level and a water level at the same time, if I had to guess here. Very, very close camera angle right here. That might make for a good thumbnail, but I don't really know what I do for the thumbnails until after I'm finished editing and whatnot. To be honest with you, if you're wondering why the thumbnails, they just seem, I guess, a little random sometimes. I wouldn't say like completely random or clickbait at all. It's because, I just take like a moment from the video that's like a highlight and use that, as opposed to just the whole video. I try to keep things simple here. It's not like I have free cam in this game like I do Minecraft and whatnot. But anyways, we got a lot of Goombas in this level. No sign of any stars. I'm not sure if this level is intended to be played with the boomerang flower or not, but what do we have there? We have a 1-up and a whole bunch of bricks. I could use a bomb right now. That would be pretty nice, so I could break those. Oh my goodness, yeah. There's been some genetic mutation in this place, that's for sure. But anyways, we got the Mega Mushroom right there. For seemingly nothing, it looks like. Unless it's to take these dudes out right here. I don't know how, like, taking out a big enemy like that can be done just by walking right into them. But now we have all this right here that is actually probably required, so we might want to get a move on right here. I think we just barely passed that section, because I don't know if we're going to ever be able to get a second Mega Mushroom right there. But anyways, those bricks, they were in no way a secret whatsoever. Got a whole bunch of purple bricks right here. Trying to go through here without getting hit. And there it is. There's our first star. Okay. So there's nothing in that first section. Very interesting design choice right there. And now we've got the fabled water section of this level right here. We're going to go down and hopefully find more stars. Maybe even the stamp too. I don't know what, yeah, I kind of did know what would be waiting for us. We got a whole bunch of bloopers right here and everything. I gotta take them all out, because quite frankly, they can get very, very anxiety-inducing when they get super close to you in these levels. But anyways, what do we have going on up here? Nothing, besides a roof. So you can just slide right between here. I don't know why you would bother taking the front path right here. We got some bricks, so I sense there might be a Mega Mushroom nearby and everything. Oh, well, did you look at that? I was right. So we're gonna break these blocks down here. And even the spikes, too. Holy frick, this Mega Mushroom, it is nothing to be trifled with. Holy smokes. And up there is the star. So I reckon what we gotta do is we gotta somehow... Okay, yeah, okay. For some reason, my brain didn't process that this is a water level and we can just swim up there. So I thought we had to keep some of the bricks down here intact in order to jump up there. No, it's completely fine. I overestimated the difficulty. What's this? We have another secret. Holy frick, we are just finding everything in this episode. This is good. Oh my goodness, it's the third star. Alright, so what's in here? Another Mega Mushroom. Okay. We hit the P switch right here. Oh yeah, Mega Mushroom. We're gonna absolutely need that to grab all these coins within a reasonable time frame. Wonder if it's possible without the Mega Mushroom, though. It might be. Just very, very hard. But anyways, that is all 3 stars from this level. Holy smokes, dude. And we just hit like 100 seconds worth of time left, right as I said that. Nice touch. Unfortunately, no top of the flagpole for me, but other than that, that was a phenomenal run right there through that level. And oh boy, we got a ghost house here, too. I imagine this is probably going to be like the most secretive ghost house of all the ghost houses we've been through. Now, we've been through a lot of ghost houses. This one's in the snow. I do remember this level. Very interesting design right here. This is a pretty unique level. We got a whole bunch of doors out in the middle of the nowhere, which is kind of weird, kind of eerie, kind of spooky. I think this really hits the nail on the head, I guess, in terms of eeriness that these ghost house levels are supposed to have. Right up here, we've got a second key coin. We got to collect all the key coins right here. And I reckon the doors here, it's going to go up to that platform right up there. One of them. Not sure which one. Probably the one that's the most inconvenient to get to, I guess, because they want you to do, like, all the work. And up here, we have our friend Captain Toad. We totally don't have a series for that on this channel. But anyways, I reckon he is probably going to give us a star. Given we can take out all the ghosts around him. I don't know how we're going to do that. I think we're probably going to need a star to do that. Not the green star, the invincibility star. Because I think that's the only way you can take out the ghosts in this, right? Anyways, that's 4 out of the 5 key coins discovered right here. Still trying to find the 5th one. We've got quite an expanse here, actually. It's similar to Sprawling Savannah. You know, that level I'm so obsessed with that I made a whole frickin' episode on. Or at least for the thumbnail, at least. Anyways, that whole, like, platform we just ran across right there, that's a little suspicious, if you ask me. What is the point of this? It's probably where we started, actually. And on this little platform right here, we got ourselves some coins. Pretty nice for when you're trying to save lives, that's for sure. Right over here, we've got a very suspicious glowing spot that I'm gonna ground pound. Oh my goodness, it's the star. Holy frick, we gotta get over to Captain Toad right now. Holy smokes. Yeah, so we run through, take all these dudes out, and he should give us a star, right? Please give. Thank you, pal. That's the first one. Okay, good. Alright, so the last key coin we gotta grab is through one of these doors right here. We're just gonna wild guess it, I guess. Let's try this one right here. No, okay. I'm assuming that's also gonna rule out the door we come out as well, so it's gotta be this one, right? Because there are 5? Yes, I was right. Bam! There we go. That's the teleporter unlocked, and we can move on to the next section of this level right here. This crazy snowy level. I mean, here we've got a very interesting assortment of colors, that's for sure. I didn't think I'd ever see, like, the poison stuff in a snow level. Feels a little out of place, because, you know, it's in a far more humid and hot area, you know what I'm saying? Over there we got time, I'm gonna risk my life for it, you know me. And down the raft right here, we're gonna go down a little thing, I guess. Got some coins. And the checkpoint, nice, so we can get ourselves a little bit more powered up right there. And right here, this is a pretty interesting section level. You gotta memorize where everything is. You gotta memorize where the platforms are as it descends into the fog and whatnot. So, yeah, you can still stand on it. It's not game over if you don't. But I do reckon that we've got some dash pads right over here. This is where we're going to want to progress. I'm just gonna stay put, and then when the thing comes back up, kind of like that, we're gonna continue off running and whatnot. Now, right over here, I believe we gotta jump. There's the stamp, and yes, it is safe to stand there. That's good. Alright, very nice. Over here we have a teleporter. I'm gonna go back, because I reckon we saw a star, or what could potentially become a star. I'm gonna try to be extra careful not to get killed there. Holy frick, that was a very close call. My goodness. So, yeah, that's the whole difficulty of this level right here, basically. But we're gonna go in here. Or not, because the ghosts, they love doing their epic YouTube pranks. We got another box right here, that's the real one. And right over here, this seems easy. Or not. What do we gotta do here? It just disappeared. Okay, I'm not sure what the heck was going on right there, but, that's that room. We'll definitely have to come back there to figure out what was going on there. And there it is. There's another star. Right there. So I reckon if this goes up, and I jump, and I throw that, it gets the star. Which we still have, despite dying, for those of you who are new. I think this also might enable us to have another attempt at that weird little room right there, with the star in it, and the snowballs. So it appears in the middle. What do we need to do here? Or maybe it has something to do with the other one. Maybe we gotta, like, memorize the position of where it's at, potentially, but that's gonna be pretty easy. So we did that. We come over here. Okay, and it's nothing. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out some other time. Until then, we're just gonna continue progressing through this. Any power-ups? No. Could really use some. These ghosts, they're really freaking me out. Right on over here, we have a teleporter, which we're gonna go through. And behind said teleporter is the flagpole. Yeah, we're just gonna be extra careful, you know, not to touch the ghosts up there, but that is that level complete. And lastly, we have a level that requires stars. This is gonna be the very first one. How many stars do we need? It won't let me see it, hold on. That's a weird bug, where it shows, like, the stars and the stamp and whatnot from the other level when you're right next to another one. That's kind of weird, but 210, so we are just barely getting by with this one right here. So that probably means, no doubt, we're gonna have to go back and grab some stars for the next world if we end up finishing it. But anyways, this level right here, we're gonna see what this is all about. Probably a little bit harder than the rest. Cosmic Cannon Cluster, yeah, it's probably gonna have like a million bullet bills and stuff in it, so yeah, no doubt it's going to be harder and everything, especially given how many power-ups we've got right now. We got some cannon boxes that we can't take, I'm guessing. That sucks. Not that there's really a whole lot of use for that power-up anyway. What do we have in this box right here? A cannon box, okay. So never mind, we can get it and everything. And Rosalina does a nice little spin right there when you shoot the thing, I guess. I'm not sure if that's intended or whatnot, but either way, cool little thing right there. And over there we have the stamp. I'm gonna try to get it. Or not. There's no way we're gonna jump that. Like, there's no way. I'm assuming the blocks over there, those create more blocks, and you use those as a bridge to get over there as opposed to just jumping over there. Or maybe it just gives you, like, just barely enough to get over there. But either way, you're gonna need the cannon box, which we have again. So I am gonna go back and take a second swing at that, assuming the dry bones don't screw up my progress and everything. It's gonna be very hard to aim, but there we go. It did create a bridge, which we will now use. We're gonna grab that, and we're gonna go back right on over here to our comfort zone, so that way we can continue to level. And over here we got a cracked wall, so I reckon right behind here we got ourselves some coins. Anything above here, doesn't look like it. This looks like it could be a little bit difficult if we're supposed to go up and, I'm assuming, use the cannonballs as things to jump on. Gotta be careful not to shoot them, which is kind of hard, because the explosion will also break them too, so I think we gotta, like, charge up a shot here. Oh my goodness, we almost had that. And there is a pipe up there, so yeah, we gotta do this. It's a must now. I think the trick is to go over and to the right. Maybe we can land on top of the cannon, like after the second one right there. Assuming I can actually reach the second one. And there we... Never mind. There we go, as I was saying right there. We got a spiny right here, a cracked wall, I reckon, right behind here. There's a whole bunch of coins. I was also thinking it was a star for that one, too. What about over here? Nothing. Except, wait, there's another cracked wall. There it is. There's the star. It's the first one. So, we're gonna go on inside this pipe right here. We're gonna see what's going on. Oh, it's a water section. Okay. And it's an auto-scrolling water section. It's kind of reminiscent of Flappy Bird, I guess. Kind of, in a way. Not sure if this is the beaten path or not, but I guess we'll find out at the end of this. We got some destructible blocks right down here, which I am going to take. And there's the second star, so it is the beaten path, I'm guessing. Up there we've got a clear pipe. Not sure if I'm gonna go up there or if even that'll go very far. Yeah, it just goes like, just over here really, so it's not really that big of a deal. And now I think this right here, this should be the end of the level. And this cannon box has really been coming in clutch against all these other cannons right here just by blowing the stuff up. There's the checkpoint. We got 40 seconds to spare. You guys think we can make it? I hope we can. I reckon the deal here is that we gotta shoot the things right here. There's the third star. We gotta shoot these right here. So that way, it realigns the track and everything. Yeah, this run is cooked, but that's all 3 stars. Unfortunately, not without a death. But we still keep the stars, as I've said before. Very interesting decision there by Nintendo. Well, now I reckon... Oh, wait. We can't do this section without the cannon box. Hold on, let me go back real quick. Anyways, now that we are properly prepared and everything, we can officially complete this section of the level. Which I reckon shouldn't be too hard. I think the star right there, I almost said the stamp. I reckon that should probably be, like, the hardest of everything here. This really just comes down to, like, your alignment and everything. And I don't think we were supposed to hit that. That's for the star. There we go. And luckily the hitbox isn't, like, super iffy right there. So, like, really not very strict at all. Right here we gotta be very careful and everything. We'll get that very nice. Oh man, we gotta do this one diagonally. And I thought we had like infinite range here with that, and that's no good. Because it's very hard to align yourself diagonally in this game. This level would truly be a nightmare without like the death mechanic with the stars. Alright, I'm gonna stand like this, and when it lines up, I'm gonna release the button, kinda like that, and bam! First try. Very nice. Don't know why I couldn't do that before. It is pretty hard, to be fair, though. Like basically everything else. Hopefully this isn't gonna kill me, whatever this is. Is this? Yes, it is. At least I'm 99% sure. There it is. Confirmed. This is the end of the level. The flagpole. Whatever you want to call it. Technically that was a castle level, I guess, because it had the unique Bowser flag right there, I think, that all the other castles have. Pretty nice stuff right there. We got the stamp and everything, too. Very nice. That's gonna do it though for this video. We got a second rocket ship right there. It's gonna take us even further into space to the next bonus world and everything. Big surprise, a bonus world is opened. But yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later, I guess. Hopefully we're gonna be able to continue this as long as we can. Next episode could be the last one though, not gonna lie.